Hello friends, you all are most welcome in my virtual lecture series on research methodology. I am Dr. G.C. Tiwari, a member of AIAER. Today we are going to study in this lecture introduction to measurement in the field of scientific behavioral research. After studying this module, you shall be able to know the meaning of measurement, its property, how measurement differs from evaluation, postulates of measurements, variations in postulates, and levels of measurements. What is measurement? Let us start from this. In scientific behavioral research, there are generally three phases: development of tools or test, principle of measurements, and design of the research plan. In order to conduct scientific research, it is essential for the researcher to have in-depth knowledge of each of these areas. In fact, measurement is the process of assigning numerals to events, objectives, etc. It means term measurement and term evaluation are often used interchangeably in everyday life. However, in psychological, sociological, and educational researches, these two terms are used separately because they cannot two different meanings. Measurement refers to the process of assigning numerals. Here you can see on the screen a definition given by the Nunnally. Nunnally said, measurement consists of rules for assigning numbers to objects in such a way as to represent qualities of attribute. A still more elaborate and wider definition has been given by Nunnally. Measurement consists of rules for assigning numbers to objects in such a way as to represent quantities of attributes. In this definition and other so many definitions given on this topic, given on the measurement, when we evaluate, when we analyze, then it is clear that in the process of measurement, numbers are assigned according to some rules. A number is a kind of numeral which is assigned some quantitative meanings. In the process of measurement, the investigators, researcher assign numbers not of his own choice, but according to certain fixed and implicit rules. Rules are the procedure to transfer qualities of attributes into numbers. In fact, first of all, let us An example, when one is measuring the length of cloth, to understand the measurement, let us an example. When one is measuring the length of cloth in feet and inches, rules for assigning numerals are very explicit and clear. But suppose when we are to measure the extroversion trait of personality, extroversion or trait of personality, or the intelligence of a child, in such a situation, the rules would not be clear as in the first example. For measuring psychological, sociological, and educational attributes, the rules are generally bad and less explicit. Actually, measurement is always concerned with certain attributes or features of the object. It is these attributes or features of the object which are measured and not the object itself. Clear? For example, one would measure the aptitude. You want to measure aptitude, intelligence, attitude, means behavioral nature of the measurement of a person or a object and not the person himself. When an investigator is measuring the attribute of a person, he is faced with two types of difficulties. There are two types of difficulties. First, he may be asked to measure an attribute, the existence of which is doubtful. Extrasensory perceptions is one such example. Most investigators, most researchers have failed to show such perception in many individuals. In such a case, measurement is not difficult. Rather, it is an impossible task. Second, the investigator may be asked to measure attributes which are not unitary. Rather, they are a mixture of several sub-attributes. Usually, this happens when one is asked to measure personality adjustment. Adjustment may refer to home, school, emotion, etc., each of which requires a separate measurements, and any attempts to measure them together may create difficulty. In the process of measurement, numerals are used to represent quantities of the attributes. In other words, you can say measurement involves the process of quantification. Quantification indicates how much or to what extent that particular attribute is present in a particular object. For example, when the investigator, researcher is measuring the achievement of a child in arithmetic. Just for an example, he quantified it by saying that the child has 80% marks in his class. The percentage indicates how much of the mathematical knowledge he has gained in the class. Measurement is different from its so-called synonyms evaluation. Measurement is different from its so-called synonym evaluation. By evaluation, we mean appraisal or assessment with respect to some standard. With respect to some standard. What is standard? What is standard? Standard may be cultural, social, or scientific. A very popular and accepted definition of the evaluation is given by the Tuckman. Tuckman defines evaluation as a process wherein the parts, processes, or outcomes of a program are examined to see whether they are satisfactory, particularly with reference to the program's state objectives, our own expectations, or our own standards of excellence. This definition is given by Tuckman, very renowned scientist in the field of behavioral science. It means evaluation involves a process of appraisal of an object or event with reference to some standard. The standard may be, as earlier I said, cultural, it may be social, it may be scientific. The standard may also be true or arbitrary. An investigator may measure the height of a child. Let us an example. A researcher want to measure the height of a child, which is say 30 centimeter, 13 feet, 30 centimeter, and type him as a short. He conclude the child is short in height. Another example, a typist typing 80 words per minute. If this may be described by the researcher as a grade A typist. Description of height of a child, which is 30 centimeter, and the typing speed of the typist, which is 80 words per minute, are example of measurement. These are the example of measurement. However, when the child is said to be short, or the typist is classified as a grade 1 typist, grade A typist, it means the performance of the typist and the height of a child are being compared with reference to some standard. A child is short because he is shorter than the general mean height of children of his classroom or his age group. And the typist is a grade 1 typist, grade A typist, because his speed is faster than the average speed of most typists. Thus, the height of child and the typist and the typing behavior of the typist are being evaluated, not being measured. Note this point. Behavior of the typist, height of the child, these are being evaluated, are not being measured. This is the main difference. Postulates of measurement. Before we go on the discussion of the difference level of measurement scales, we must know something about the different postulates of measurement. A postulate is defined as a sort of assumptions. Postulate is defined as sort of assumptions which stipulates the relationship between groups, objects, or events being measured. The postulate will help us to understand the different relationship among the objects measured by the different level of measurement scales. According to Guilford, there are 9 postulates of measurement. Guilford has classified postulates of measurements in 9 types. Briefly, the variations in postulates relating to 3 types. Under the 3 types variations, one is postulates relating to equalities or identities. Second is postulates relating to rank order. Third one is postulates relating to additivity. Ordinarily, there are 3 variations in postulates relating to equalities or identities, 2 variations in postulates relating to rank order, and 4 variations in postulates relating to additivity. as you can see in this slide. So there is a inclusively nine postulates of measurement exist. One by one, the three variations in postulates relating to identities or equalities are, first is either A equal to B or A does not equal to B. What means it? It means numbers are either equal or they are not equal, but not both. Keep attention on this point. First variations in the postulates relating to identities or equalities is A equal to B or A does not equal to B. It means what? It means numbers are either equal or they are not equal, but not both. But not both. This postulate is more essential for classification. Second variation, if A equal to B, then B equal to A. It means relations of equalities among numbers is symmetrical, and therefore we can interchange A for B or B for A. Third variation of the equalities or identities, if A equal to B, B equal to C, then A equal to C. This means that the objects which are equal to the same object are also equal to one another. Here A equal to B, B equal to C, then you can say A equal to C. This is the third variation of equalities or identities. Means the objects which are equal to the same object are also equal to one another. Let us discuss the second postulate relating to rank order. There are two postulates relating to this. One is, if A is greater than B, then B does not greater than A. This means that the relationship between A and B is asymmetrical. Relationship between A and B is asymmetrical. That is, we cannot reverse the relationship. A is greater than B or A is less than B, interchanging A and B. Understood? Means A and B is asymmetrical, means you cannot reverse the relationship. Second variation of this postulate, if A is greater than B, B is also greater than C, then A is greater than C. This is transitivity postulate. This is a transitivity postulate, and it indicates a definite order in the ranking. It is an important postulate upon which most measurements in psychology, sociology, and education are dependent. This second variation of postulate relating to rank order is important postulate upon which most measurement in psychology, education, sociology, behavioral science are dependent. Let us see the last postulates relating to additivity. There are 4 postulates relating to this. One by one. If A is equal to P, if A equal to P and B is greater than 0, then A plus B is greater than P. Very clear. If A equal to P, B is greater than 0, it means when B is added to A, it is also greater than 0. This postulate indicates the summation process and also demonstrates that when a 0 is added, it produces no variability in the result. There is no variation in the result. Means in this variation, in this postulate indicates the summation process and also demonstrate when 0 is added, it produces no variability in the result. There is no change in result, no variation in result. And second postulates relating to additivity is if A plus B equal to A plus B equal to B plus A, not if. A plus B equal to B plus A. This postulate clearly denotes, you can see, this postulate denotes that in the process of addition, the order of the numbers is not important. Keep attention on this point. The order of the numbers is not important because if A equal to 4, for an example, if A equal to 4, B equal to 2, then 4 plus 2 equal to 6. And if interchange the places of numbers, means 2 plus 4, then result is also 6. Again, it means order of the numbers, place of the numbers is not important. Third postulate, clear? Third postulate, if A equal to P, B equal to Q, then A plus B equal to P plus Q. This indicates that in the process of addition, identical numbers or objects may be substituted for one another without making any change in the result. Without making any change in the result. And last postulate relating to the additivity. Sorry. A plus B in a bracket plus C equal to A plus in bracket B plus C. This postulate indicates that the process of addition, the order of combination of objects or numbers makes no difference. So, as we know, measurement is the process of assigning numbers to the attributes of object events according to some rules. There are at least 4 different ways of assigning numerals to the attributes of the objects. This main 4 different ways is given by the following Stephens in 1951. Based upon these 4 ways, there are 4 different levels of measurements. Or you can say 4 different level of scales. These are the 4 level of the measurement, or you can say 4 level of scale, measurement of scales, level of scales. Actually, the first 5 postulates are enough to account for these 4 level of measurement, which we earlier discussed in this lecture. These 4 level of the measurement is, you can see on this slide. First is nominal or classificatory scale. Second is ordinal scale. Third is interval or equal interval scale. And fourth is ratio scale.
Friends, now give me permission to adjourn this class. We will meet in the next class with level of measurements in detail. Till then, goodbye. Be safe, stay at home and keep learning.